Hi class, good evening. Dr. Dilmar here. Wanted to just make a very brief video for you to, one, let you put a face to a name, but also I wanted to run through a couple of key facts or things, some activities that you should be working on to help you set yourself up for success in this course. So I'm going to jump right in because my intent is that, again, this is a brief video, and then I'll touch base back with you at the end of the week. And of course, the lecture videos will be a little bit longer. You've already probably noticed that it says History 1111 on the screen. I know that there are those of you in other courses, but what I'm going to walk you through is the nuts and bolts of all of the courses as far as in the beginning activities, and they're all the same. So no matter if you're in the 1111, the 1112, the 2112, it doesn't make a difference. All of this is going to apply to you. So when you log into Blackboard, you're going to notice that there's two announcements. The first announcement is quite lengthy because it walks you through all of the things that you're going to do for the first couple of weeks. So verbally, I'll kind of just highlight a few key items. First of all, use your Blackboard email. So in other words, that's your Columbus Tech email. Just email me if you have any questions. Enrolling in Cengage. So when you enroll in Cengage, you essentially purchase a license, and you might purchase one for a couple of months, you might purchase one for a year, but that gives you access for all of your textbooks at Columbus Tech. So your login information is what you need when you sign up for this course, your Cengage course information. Any questions about Cengage, please start with the bookstore, or you can call Cengage customer service. Now, if you've purchased Cengage previously, a lot of people have asked me, hey, am I going to be able to use it for this course? Well, the short answer is yes. However, I don't know how long you purchased your license for. So I wouldn't know if you purchased a 2-month, 4-month, 6-month, or year-long subscription. So that just really depends on what choice you made at that time. So for the first content folder, you'll see that it has the introduction discussion board, which everybody pretty much has found that. And the introduction discussion board requires you to post your initial and then also reply to classmates. And I use this for attendance. The second thing is the work ethics, and you'll notice this is a major grade. So this class is set up where all of your assignments pretty much count for 90% of your grade. The other 10% is made up of the work ethics, and it's made up of your proctored midterm and your final essay. So your work ethics is something that if you've taken Columbus Tech classes before, you're familiar with. This is a Columbus Tech requirement, and essentially you walk through some questions about character traits, some good traits for being a good student and a good employee, and then you just upload that. The next thing that's doing this for that first content folder is the signed syllabus sheet. So this is the very back page of your syllabus. You need to print it out. The intent is for you to sign it with like an ink pen and then scan it and upload it into the Dropbox. If you absolutely cannot do that, you can save that back page into a separate Word document. You can electronically type, I acknowledge the syllabus with your name. Then you can save it and upload it into the assignment box. But essentially it's the last page signed of the syllabus. And then, of course, getting logged into Cengage, which that probably takes some of you not that much time. However, the reason there's a lot of days built in for this is because there's others that's not familiar with Cengage, and it takes them quite a few days. So these are the tasks that you should be working on right now before we get started in the course. The introduction discussion board, the work ethics, the syllabus sheet, and the Cengage logging in. So I'm just going to go back up. So again, this is the first announcement. And then the second announcement said that there's a course schedule, and you'll see here, see where it says course schedule. And then in the course syllabus was a schedule. The schedule that was embedded in the syllabus was not updated for the fall, so you just need to click on course schedule, and that's the one that you'll use for all of your due dates. There's a little spiel here about late work. Please make sure you read that extremely carefully. And then there's when all the different modules are due. you'll see that the proctored midterm is after Module 6. Then there's an essay, rough draft, and final essay due. So you will not have a proctored midterm, you will not have a proctored final exam for this class. What you will have is a proctored midterm and then a final essay. And the reason I do that is because many of you have classes where you're taking final exams and they just end up being a scheduling nightmare. Not that many Columbus Tech courses or classes or professors give proctored midterms. So that allows us to knock that requirement out, and then we just have our essay that's due at the end. So that was found underneath the course schedule. So you definitely want to print that out and keep up with that. Now, I'm going to go back to the class real quick. So again, we have home, that's the announcements, that's the course schedule there that I was referring to. I use the announcements often. And then if you go to content and assignments, what you're going to notice is that each module has its due date and what the assignments are within that module. So there's a couple of different ways for you to keep up with due dates and assignments that are due. One of the biggest things I want to mention before I sign off, because we're over 5 minutes and I didn't want to make this super long, is that you are required to read at least 60 minutes a week in your textbook. And that again is through Cengage. So please make sure that you're reading and keeping up with your chapter readings. That will all start when we get to Module 2 here, which is our first instructional assignments. This should get you started. Most of you already have. Email me if you have any questions, and I will touch base back again with you later on this week. Have a good evening, Dr. Dilmar.